Okay, this is the meeting for the Upton Conservation Mission, and it's our bi-weekly meeting at the town hall. And for 7 o'clock, we have the intent lot B, Pleasant Street Road, construction of a single family house, continuing from August 31st, and there's not a meeting number. So we'll go on for another meeting. So,
Well, Dorothy again, on behalf of both from Lot B and Warren Beach. Do we have that able to pull that up there, Lauren, or on the screen, or?
Plans?
Yeah, that PDF I sent.
Yeah. 1 second.
I'm assuming you didn't get the G number either.
Say that again?
You did not get the G number yet.
I don't think so, no, we called and
We don't know.
I think they just backlogged or
They're all
whatever.
on vacation.
Huh? Oh, DP?
They're all out to lunch.
Thanks so much, there we go.
So these are the erosion control plans, so I have the rest.
Yep, that's a revised one, right, yep, it's got the vernal pool and the neighbor's property. So last time we talked about locating the vernal pool on Butter's property here. House the front's on Cider Mill, I think it is, right, Cider Mill?
No.
No, Cider Mill.
The main street?
Yeah,
That sounds.
Elm Street,
Yeah.
okay, Elm Street, so. And so the 100 foot buffer to that is basically just barely coming onto our property. Onto this lot B. The other thing Mary had mentioned in her comments. With adding some concrete monuments to define that 30-foot line. So these blocks, these heavy blocks on the plan. Are the proposed 4-foot long, pretty much survey markers, I think, and then put that medallion on, yeah.
Are you showing the same plan that's up?
Yeah, yes. You wanna see this one or?
Well, right now, we have no one else can see it.
Yeah. Oh.
But I don't really understand what this plan is showing. If you could, maybe you could go up.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. So this is the vernal pool. The vernal pool on the neighbor's property here.
Marcella, we're discussing lot B, Kiwanis Beach Road. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
where's that vernal pool?
Okay.
The vernal pool is right here. The edge of the vernal pool is at this area on the plan. I don't know if you can see, can you see my finger?
Trying to follow it with the mouse, but it's a little behind.
Oh.
Let me see if there's like a laser pointer or something.
Yep. I saw the laser pointer come up.
See if there's
We should be able to move the cursor.
and see.
Oh,
There you go, little
can
pencil.
you see the little pencil?
so-
Marcella?
This
Yep,
is-
got it, thanks.
Just gonna-
So that's up. Now, is that 100 foot or
Then the 100 is this line
Okay, and
here.
that's the reason, wait a minute, the 100 is which? Is that,
That second orange line she just drew.
It's the 100. Okay, so then that's the resource area, then there's another 50-foot buffer for the vernal pool.
Yeah, where's the wetland that's a pond, but then
But-
there's a vernal pool.
This is the vernal pool.
Hold off, right, well, you have a chance in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let the commission handle this first. Okay, that's 100-foot resource area around the vernal pool, that's 100-foot vernal pool resource area. But there's another 50-foot beyond that, which is the vernal pool buffer, and that's not shown.
Okay, well, it still doesn't go into beyond the,
Yeah,
The other
but
ones here?
it's still not shown.
yeah, I didn't realize there was another, I've never heard of another 50-foot buffer, but.
It's in the bylaw.
Yeah, it's in the bylaw, okay.
And it's good because you have another meeting, change it.
Yeah, I can add another 50-foot line for the plan, I surely can do that.
So where
But
would,
none of your grading is within that area.
Yeah, we're not doing any work anywhere near it, so. All our work's on the other side of the BVW, boarding vegetative wetlands.
I think, I would probably want, you're beginning to talk about bounds at the 30-foot wetland setback, but I think I'd also like some bounds in the vernal pool setback too. On the 50-foot buffer line.
That's really not any work near the work that we're doing.
Right, it isn't, but the future owner should be alerted to that, would be a no disturb zone.
So on the top, there'd be a monument marker, that would say no disturb zone.
For the vernal pool. So the
Anything,
50-foot outside the 100, that's a no disturb zone outside the 100?
I mean, in terms of bounds, you could just maybe do 2 bounds, a line straight across, you know. if you
Oh.
Want to do that.
Boom, boom, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just rather than try to put the bounds on the curve.
But you'd want at least one in the middle, just so that, you know.
Kind of, it's almost like a triangle, if I went here, here and there, so it's almost, think, triangular. When you look at that curve. Can do that.
Where does the driveway go in relationship to that?
So the driveway, the proposed driveway is up here. There's an opening, there's already an existing opening there, so we're trying to reuse that.
You know, where the driveway is there any way to, indicate not use salt or sand and stuff like that?
And no salt on the driveway? I think that could be written into the order, I think. Maybe, yeah. I think typically. Most cities and towns that I see write that into the order of conditions.
And they have no, dumping of yard waste in the no disturb zone.
Okay.
That would also be written into the order.
And then the red line that I had dotted up here, that's the 100-foot limit from the BVW.
Does the commission have other questions or comments? How about from the audience, we just need to know your name and where do you live?
My name's Laura Liptak and I live
Further down.
adjacent, to Plot A.
What's your address?
21.
Lot A is here, and then.
What were you gonna say?
It's okay, I'm sorry, that it was free for all. Sorry.
You probably get one of these too.
So I printed out the last one, so this is old, right? But I don't really understand how to read it, but I see that this is where the driveway's going in. This is the vernal pool and the vegetated wetland is that this loop.
So that's these little flag numbers here,
Okay,
flag number.
and then where, so you're trying to apply to be able to put the driveway just like in a little bit on the buffer zone for the vegetated wetland?
So the application really is to ask for permission to do the work within this zone, within the, pretty much the kind of like R40 to 100. Most of our work is outside, so the monuments are about 32. I put them a little bit outside the 30. The green line is the 30-foot, so I went just a hair outside of it. So the application, the notice of intent is to request permission to do this work. Any work within 100 feet of the wetlands line.
Okay, so.
But that's the state, and then Upton has the bylaw for the vernal pool.
And the bylaw doesn't apply to the vegetated wetland?
We're not into it, it applies to buffer zone, it's pretty much simultaneous, I would say, with the. So work is allowed in the buffer zone as long as the commission regulates the work. We're not in the wetlands.
No, I know, you're in the buffer zone.
Correct.
Bylaw makes the buffer zone stricter.
Okay. And what you haven't decided yet is whether you're going to, be strict about the number of feet,
right,
okay,
and also the setback from the vernal pool.
so,
That's the seat and also bylaw,
okay,
give them more restrictive. And also, we put the bounds in there and also having more, I think, protection during the construction.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess then I couldn't see the meeting, the minutes from the last meeting. So I guess basically I was here to try and advocate for not building at all in the buffer zone. If there was any way that you could put the driveway outside of that, because as it is, for so many of the species that live in the wetlands, 100 feet is, it's really kind of a joke, but it's what is legal and it's the least we can do. And there is a lot of stuff in there. I mean, this is just a little bit of what I've seen through the years.
And learn this one from the engineer. That And saying they won't have a DEP ever again, so they'll be back again.
Did you do the construction across the street from us?
No, I'm the engineer, I'm surveyor.
Oh,
I'm not the builder,
oh,
and I'm not the owner.
and you didn't do the engineering across the street either?
No, I think land
We
planning
can
might.
move that if you want.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I do have a question kind of picking up on what Laura said. What's the reason why the driveway couldn't be at the directions at the north? At the northwest corner rather than where it is right now?
Oh, why couldn't the driveway be over here?
Correct.
Then the house would go into the other area. It's 6 of one, half a dozen
Well,
the
but
other.
you could potentially have a shorter drive.
The other thing I was wondering, is there gonna be a well there or is it?
Yeah, so the well is over here on the other corner here because it has to be a certain distance from the septic system.
Okay,
And the well is up front, the proposed well is up front.
If they want to move the driveway, could they move the orientation of the house?
With the driveway. Yeah, I could change the curve, I guess. I could change the curve.
So the
But
driveway,
you know, on the property, that's the better location of the driveway. That's,
I mean, the other thing we could do is. You know, perhaps ask for those bounds to be some of those bounds to maybe be a little bit. More than, they're in 30 foot right now, right?
they're just outside the 30 foot. So the green line is the 30 foot.
Yeah.
A little bit outside the 30 foot.
So if we left your driveway where it was, but what if we
Push some of these up.
exactly. One thing being there, so you gain a little bit. Protection of the buffer. And I don't think that wouldn't affect your
Wouldn't affect the construction, wouldn't affect. The overall aesthetics of the house. Yeah, I mean, we could go right through this area. Here, would. We trade off, I think you're saying.
folks do about that.
I like that idea, Mark.
can you just show me where the proposed driveway would go on there?
Proposed driveway's right here.
That's the one now, but if it went in another direction, like what you're suggesting, I'm just.
So move it 20 or 30 feet.
Yep, and then.
It's possible. It doesn't work that well with the grade. There's a banking out there.
Yeah.
You know, the
Right.
bank in there.
Mhm.
So this is the most agreeable driveway for the house, but it could go further over. It's not the end of the world, I don't think.
For the next meeting, you show this plan and then like the driveway moved. So that then we have two options. In plan A and B,
If I move the driveway and move the bounds,
right?
The other thing, Mr. Councilman, if you're gonna move the driveway, if you feel you can do that.
Yeah, I
Without
don't
the
want the people to have a real steep
Yeah,
driveway. I
that's
mean,
what I was gonna say. If you could move it without it being too onerous a construction
so
problem.
this is about a 9% slope right now, so fairly gradual driveways these days. There's a lot steeper driveways around, but so this would create a steeper driveway over there.
right,
And
now,
I can't really push the house back because the septic is going where the test pits are, which was done before I started. Somebody else did test holes for the septic. Maybe leave the driveway and create more,
you know, more space.
close to 100 over here. I could probably get to 80
That's good.
80 feet in there.
That to me sounds like a good idea.
What's the big circular area there? Is that yard?
Over here,
No.
so that's the loom, that's the temporary stockpile for the loom. So basically, when they strip everything out, they'll stockpile the loom here so they can use it after
Okay,
when they're ready to do the yard. You know, the final grading. But I added some sill wattles here in front of that because Mary had made that recommendation before she went on vacation.
I'm comfortable with moving those bounds, leaving the driveway more or less where it is.
Okay.
But I mean, there are others, I don't know what others think, but I think that's a fair trade-off.
that's good. So if the driveway was steeper, then there's going to be more runoff and then there'd be more erosion.
It's
So,
it'd be just more of a problem for the
Yeah.
road.
yeah,
That's a good point because we have created a stone swale on the side of that driveway, which shows up on the larger scale plan, so. Well, the slope, the better it drains in. Some of those thunder showers like we had
oh
Saturday.
yeah,
Somebody has a question.
Yep, Steve, yep.
yes,
Yeah, can I speak?
yes,
So I know this is, my name's Steve Labriola. I'm actually Laura's husband, also on Kiwanis Beach. I know that you had mentioned that the test holes were dug there for the septic system. Is there any way to flip the house and the septic system, one with the house behind the septic and have the driveway go over on the other side like Mike had mentioned?
It's kind of recreating the wheel at this point, but. I think the driveway slope, if I went on the north side, which Mike had mentioned way back, but that would be a really steep driveway, I think.
Okay,
The road is so much lower as we're coming down the road here.
yeah,
And the banking's a little bit higher there too. The banking gets to be about eye height. So as far as the site, that would be pretty difficult to do.
okay, just a thought. Thank you.
any other questions at this point? So at this one, you read the plan for our next meeting, showing them ideas.
2 weeks, what do we got, 2 weeks?
24th, so.
Yeah, so I'll probably drop it off next Wednesday, drop off the plan revised, so we have. Everybody's got time to look at it.
And the questions. Because we have to. Really, come on, we have to. To continue this. And. So that's what we are making a motion to continue.
So moved. Second.
Okay, let's always vote, Chris, I.
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
Mike,
Shannon, I.
Marcella, I.
Okay, that's unanimous vote, Commission, that we're going to continue this to our next meeting and 7 o'clock AM.
24th.
Yes,
Alright, yep, 2 weeks. Alright, thank you all. Thanks.
thank you. Oh, we have one at 7 o'clock.
Oh,
Oh, Laura, it's like,
Let me say 7:10.
well, the meeting will be moved to 7:10.
I'm down, okay. Thank you. I usually check the agenda before.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good idea.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too. It's-
Take care. Good job.
thank you.
Okay, now. How's our timeline? Always. First, yes.
Yeah.
39 Warren Street.
Yeah, 39 Ward Street, request for a certificate of applicability. Now, Lauren, do you have a warning for this?
Sorry, what was it?
You have a warning for this meeting tree.
I have a staff review.
The fellow notice.
Oh, yes. So notice is hereby given in accordance with the Wetlands Protection Act that the Upton Conservation Commission will hold the following public hearings on Wednesday, September 10th. 7:15, we have an RDA filed by Keith Boscombe for the construction of a shed at 139 Warren, map 15, parcel 22.03.
Thank you. Now, an applicant here or on,
Yep, he's on Zoom.
Yes, I'm here, sorry.
hey, can you please, describe your project?
So I just purchased the house a couple of months ago and we wanted to build a shed in an already in a lawn area that's already there, so we would not be clearing any other area. One side of the shed is about 45 feet to the wetlands and the other side is about 20 to 25 feet. This is the best area to build a shed on the property because the majority of the property is a hill, so this is the only real flat area. So that's why we wanted to put it there. But it is on an already established lawn, so it's we wouldn't be clearing anything.
Do you need to remove any trees or anything?
Nope, we would not be clearing anything. It would just be on the lawn that's already established.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with this spot?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the last house on Warren Street, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're going down the street, it's on the right hand side. Yeah, it's a couple houses down from mine.
Do you have any concerns or questions?
Well, it's got the wetlands on, looking at this picture on the left side, it runs all the way, runs back. I don't know that there's wetlands behind it, I haven't been back there, but you can see the wetlands from the road. So, I mean, if they're just putting it on the lawn, then I don't see an issue with it personally. As long as, not digging into the wetlands, it's fine. So you're the new owner of that house, is that?
Yes. Yeah, we purchased the house we moved in June. The end of May, I think, is when we closed.
Okay, yeah, because I actually had a conversation with the previous owners, because they were dumping clippings into the wetlands, so I just want to make sure that, that you don't continue that practice.
Yeah, Mary came over and it seems like he may have cleared out more than he should have at some point and stuff. So yeah, no, we don't have any plans at any time in the future to clear any more of the trees or to do anything like that.
Yeah, just because they were dumping their yard waste in the wetland, so
Okay.
just want to keep it, but no, if they're putting the shed in the lawn, I personally don't have an issue with it. I mean, I haven't looked to see, but being somewhat familiar with the property, if it's in the lawn, I don't see an issue.
Tom, do you think they need like, erosion control around here or anything?
Well, I'm not sure which way it slopes, but it was sloping. Parts of that does slope to the wetlands, so I'm not sure where the shed is, but there probably should be some erosion control, but I'm not. Again, I'd have to actually walk out there and look at it.
Yeah, so the whole yard basically is a hill down to like where the wetlands are.
Right. Right, so you probably need to put in just some erosion control, nothing crazy, some straw wattle or something. I don't think it has to be big or anything.
Okay.
Is this shed, constructed off-site? This
Um,
truck?
That's the plan. We were waiting to get permission to build it before we really talked to someone about building it. But I mean, our plan would be to have, we'd prefer to have one built there instead of like one of the prefab ones.
Yeah, and you're definitely gonna need erosion control, basically
Yes.
looking at the arrow and looking at, yeah. Yeah, you'd need erosion control.
So if they're gonna build it on site, one of the conditions will be not to have any of the construction materials being left on site.
Yeah.
A pile of extra lumber.
Yeah, and same with, are you digging a foundation or what are you putting it on?
We'd probably do some sort of small foundation, I guess, because I mean, we're planning on having it for a while, so we would rather do that than, as I said, one of like the.
Probably put it on a pad.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, that'd be our expectation.
They're gonna be digging and stuff, so you're going to need to have erosion control. And you're going, to have to do something with leftover material.
Yeah, we would not leave leftover material there. We wouldn't want to do that anyway.
Okay,
And you'll have to have inspection from conservation before any of this work starts.
yeah.
Okay,
Once you have it mapped out and what you're gonna do and the size and everything, it will need to just be looked at.
And Mary's back on the 17th.
But I mean, even I could look at it. I look down the street, it's not a big deal. If he gets that information.
What he has is erosion control up.
Well, the plan, he doesn't really have a plan, he doesn't have this anything.
Yeah.
He's got a general area, so that'll have to be staked out and stuff, he doesn't have to put the erosion control in yet, because maybe it can't go there.
Pre-erosion.
And we have to draft up the determination and issue it before he goes hard. Does the commission have any other questions or comments? You have any questions for us for the update?
So what did you need me to do? Because I know Mary came out already. Do you need me to have her come out again?
Well, I could come out, we don't know exactly where you're putting the shed, it's not marked out or anything. I'm looking at, you said, we're putting the shed here, but that, we don't know where here is. So if they're gonna come out and do it, and they're gonna put a pad, they're going to stake that out, correct?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I can't put the shed there, there's really nowhere else I would put it. I don't think, because that's the only like flat spot in the yard, really.
I would back up a bit. I mean, it is a disturbed area.
Yeah,
It's
right.
turf.
Is that where it's going?
Yes.
I'm fine.
back.
I'm fine with this myself.
Just
Erosion controls.
erosion control, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna need erosion control,
If there's gonna be a pad, yeah.
so,
But in terms of the location, it's all turf, it's all disturbed, so.
yeah, and that's what I thought too. I just know that he just said he doesn't really have a shed. This, if I understood him correctly, he hasn't really looked at it until he gets like permission from us. So all I know is that sometimes when we don't have anything, when it finally comes, it's different, that's
Yeah.
all.
You should provide some type of drawing with where it's going to go, I mean.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an engineered drawing,
You can be
it just
clear.
needs to have an idea of where it's going to be, that's all. And Mary's not here, so it makes it a little more difficult, so.
Okay,
It could be a drawing which would show, the distance from the wetland.
Is there,
Mary has a recommendation.
well, I would scroll more up to the, where there's a plan view. There's a plan view shows it for us. Maybe the aerial was maybe better.
I can go back to it.
What does it say there? Mary's comments on this.
If you blew that up,
Oh, that's the house.
could you blow that up quite a bit?
Is it here?
no, it's down the other end, so that's what I tried to show in the attachment to the application.
Or if you could work with him to get it a location
Uh-huh.
with the arrow.
Yeah,
So,
so left of the driveway, that back corner, can you, if you go back to the application, I did try to put an aerial view where it would be. And the distances that Mary measured to the wetland.
Oh, I
we have this here now.
Okay.
Two of you should be able to move that arrow.
Here?
So to the left a little bit, the edge of the grass, and yeah, around there. I mean, it's under trees right now, and basically to the left, it was 45 feet. One side it was 45 feet to the wetlands. The other side it was about 20 to 25 feet to the wetlands.
So maybe just draw a little box.
Yeah. So to the left of that, it's about 45 feet to the wetlands, and then above it, it's about 20 to 25 feet to the wetlands.
Okay, I can also do.
The street, we have Warren Road too.
That is so confusing.
Yeah, if you go to the application, I mean, I drew this. I don't know if that's easier than trying to communicate like where she's drawing.
Yeah,
It's just like here.
that works. So
Oh.
I was happy with what was drawn on that image before. Gives you a pretty, Laura, if we could just maybe blow that up again a little bit more, just to hold the view quite, more, okay, stop, well, like there, roughly there, and then do a screenshot. Can you do a screenshot?
Control print screen.
I can paste it somewhere.
Or save it, so, screenshot. I don't see it.
It's like saved to my clipboard.
Yeah.
I can
Okay,
put it
you can do
in
it later.
an email or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I would make a quick save now, just.
So I guess I'm just trying to get us
No,
before we get close. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I'm good with that too. You said it was on the lawn, I'm good with it on the lawn.
Good to see Mary's comments too.
Where Mary.
Thought you said that there was a condition there that Mary put on the. Form.
Duration.
Can't read that, can anybody
I
read
can,
that?
yeah.
Still fence or straw wall. Issue negative, erosion and fall.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
No, for me. A negative 3 and 6 with the conditions for erosion control, inspection and stability. Does anyone have questions on that? Does that sound reasonable to you? Native is good. And 3 and 10, 6 mean that there are some conditions being erosion control and especially that. At this point, we need to hear from the applicant whether you want to close the hearing, and that's good. So I would suggest saying yes.
Do you want to close the hearing?
What was that? Was that to me or sorry?
Yeah, that's to you.
Yeah, I think we're asking if you'd like to close the hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yes, sorry.
That's fine.
If there's nothing else that you'd like to say or.
No, I have nothing else I'd like to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright,
Okay, so the commission, do you have a motion to close the hearing and
move.
second?
second,
Okay, that's what my vote. Chris,
Tom, I.
Alan, I.
Mike,
Sandy, I.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
it's unanimous vote of the commission. So, there will be, or, conditions for your, determination done, I think when Mary gets back. And she's back on the 17th.
But he could start under his own. If he wanted to, correct, I mean.
Oh,
And there's,
No need to wait.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
You can begin at your own risk.
right,
Okay.
where would you have erosion control? That's right.
yeah, as long as you have the erosion control up, you can start. Again, on your own risk, I guess.
Once you have the erosion controls up, Tom, maybe take a look
I can
Before.
just inspect.
before you start anymore.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. Okay, so. And so Lauren will have Mary draft this up when she's back. And we have. What is it, the private nursery,
Yeah, so. Second, let me scroll there.
The house with the big cul-de-sac.
Yeah, so
Driveway and the cul-de-sac.
they're requesting I sign off, or Mary or I signs off on an occupancy permit. And I spoke with Mike and Chris, and building commissioner John, because I wasn't sure if I was something I could do with Mary gone. And so this was for a wetland replication area. They got the order of conditions a few years ago. They got a partial certificate of compliance. In July, I believe, Mary did a site visit then, and there's some continuing conditions. And I think they need to wait 2 growth cycles for a full COC. Which hasn't happened yet, they're only a year into that. But I was just gonna check with you all to make sure that it's okay to issue or to sign off on the occupancy permit. I think they were informing me rather than, asking for my opinion on it, but I just wanted to check with everyone.
Are they living in it?
They're selling the house.
Oh, it's for sale.
Mhm. And I think, let me see, yeah, so the grass was the main concern, I believe. It's been seeded but not fully in as of July 1st, but it's since been 2 months and I spoke with the, I don't know if it's the developer, 2 days ago, and he said that the grass was in. So,
You mentioned the calculation of the wetland replication. It would be nice to see the calculated area of the wetland replication area. Well, that would. be nice.
thank you.
Okay, we're gonna apply it.
the existing condition. Oh, here's some pictures.
Oh,
This was from John Hyde this year, which was already discussed on. Here are the extended conditions. Sounds like they don't need a full COC to sell a house, just the occupancy permit, so.
Would you like a motion to issue the off?
Yeah. I think that would be-
Allow, I guess you, for conservation approval for the occupancy permit. So moved.
second,
Second,
all in favor, Chris, I.
Tom,
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
My guy.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
It's a unanimous vote. And one thing I'd say, Lord, is that for their sale, they definitely need to indicate there is a partial COC. One thing they may fix
Okay.
by the new order.
Mhm.
So good job. So. We want to go on to, Laura, do you have anything for us
Yes.
for the administrative report?
So. I didn't do any inspections, but John, our building commissioner, did take a look at one property. So this was kind of an inquiry that turned into an inspection at the former Cook's property, which I believe is 252 Milford or 0. I'm not sure which one. We got a complaint about asphalt millings being stockpiled near a wetland. So he took a look and said that they didn't appear to be near any wetlands and they were within already paved areas. You can see like around here is paved and here. So he thought there might be a gravel pit bylaw violation, and Mike Antonella suggested that someone follow up with a letter. And I'm not sure if this would be a conservation concern or not. We had originally heard that they were storing stuff in a wetland, but doesn't appear to be the case. It might be worth Mary taking a visit when she comes back and then possibly a letter.
You know what you might want to do too is go to your near map imagery and just look back in the past. Like to, well, it goes back, I think, to 14. But that area's been disturbed for a long time.
it's a big pit back there.
Cook used it to process stumps and logs and mulch,
Stone.
colorized mulch. It's been for years, it's been disturbed. So that's just that photograph looked like just a new use for an existing disturbed area.
And that was also a discussion item, so that's.
So is that milling from the work they're doing on 140? And I assume they'll be moving that, is that, should I not assume that?
I think so, that was mentioned, but I can't remember if that was the case. I think it was, I think people are renting this area for storage, there was something like that.
That's the old hotel,
But-
right?
Right.
I think.
And
Yeah,
the old
But I think it was temporary storage.
the whole old hotel is now apartments.
maybe that's not
That
it.
might be-
No,
No, that's not it.
No, it's their property, the,
This is behind that big building that Cook had on 140.
So,
it's quite a network of piles of storage stuff and stuff piles.
And they're storing
So
some,
we used to go out there and inspect it, right?
and what is that yellow circle? And where is that?
I'm just pulling up my email real quick, sorry. Okay, so the area circled in red is a stockpile area
Right.
for GEG doing town sewer project.
Right.
All material being removed before end of sewer project. They're renting the area from Bulldog.
Sure.
And then the yellow is the Cook's property. It looks like fresh milled asphalt is being brought in and stockpiled on already paved areas, unsure the final use. Yeah, that was from John, our building commissioner.
Oh, so is that the pit area where the yellow is?
Well, I'm not sure. I call
Yeah,
it the
I'm not
gravel
actually
pit.
sure where.
It's not really.
Well, so I call it the pit, it's where he was doing his mulch and
It
his
is.
crushing his stone and
Yeah,
all
that-
that, so
that-
that's what I mean, by pit area, yeah, that just
So,
the big area he worked.
so what's the question? Who owns the millings? Why are they there? Is that what we're
The
trying to
complaint
figure out?
was from someone who lives over here and was thinking that it was a lot closer to the wetlands than it appears to be. So it was more like.
Well, I just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine.
I could say there's, unless anyone disagrees, there's not a wetland.
Unless it's
Right.
put it on the edge and it's pushing it over.
Yeah.
It's in the middle, it's on pavement, it should be okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's temporary too.
Who owns that now? See, he passed away.
I don't know.
Didn't it get sold after he passed away?
Mhm.
Milford, Milford Fire Ambulance
Oh,
Park vehicles.
Yeah, they have a lot of those in the.
I think whoever owns it now is renting out the space to different people.
Okay, so doesn't look like that's gonna be a conservation concern. That's good.
Not yet.
Got some other inquiries. One is for One Summer Circle, which is part of development. They're requesting a COC. The OOC expired at least 5 years ago. But their specific property was not listed on the OOC. There have been some mix up that the principal assessor noticed with assessor map and parcel numbers. Anyways, don't think that this applies to them, but we'll look into issuing a full COC when Mary returns.
Where is Summer Circle? I don't even know what it is.
That off Warren Street,
Off of Grove.
Upper Grove.
Part of the development, I can't remember if it's like the Whitney Farms or something.
It's off of Grove Street, it's not.
Goss Pond.
What's the name of it?
It's,
Summer-
Summer Circle.
I think it's that development, relatively new development off of Grove. I think it was Whitney Farm at one point.
Oh, the one that backs up to the track?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, okay,
So, and that's, yeah, that's where I think it is.
thank you.
And then, so the next one is 6 Boot Shop Road, which is in Culvers Creek. This was also on as a discussion item, I believe. It's basically been resolved now. Gentleman had reached out about a hazardous tree leaning over his property, his condo, behind his fence. And the discussion was mainly about whose property it was, and I think we've determined that, well, the developer thought it was conservation land. It's not, it might be placed under a conservation restriction in the future, but the town doesn't own it, it's not conservation land. And so we determined that all we could do is give permission for the tree to be cut down, which Chris gave, so. That was interesting. The District 9 conservation restriction has been signed by all parties and sent to SBT on Monday, I believe, or Friday, I guess on Friday. And that Denise had gotten a call about a lock on the community garden gate. And Mike reached out to the gardener. And also learned that some hot peppers had been disappearing and he removed the lock, so. We're not too sure who put it up, no one seemed to know the code for it. But I guess it could be beneficial for some gardeners.
Yeah, I think once Mary gets back, she can probably find out who put the lock up, get the code, and then I think the thought was the lock's actually probably a good idea since they've had this theft problem.
Mhm.
But it just wasn't coordinated. All of a sudden, the lock
Yeah.
appeared and, no one knew the combination.
Somebody's stealing hot peppers from the community garden that ain't got up to town prior.
They might wanna have a. Wildlife cam there. To catch it.
Yeah, we know how those will end up, right, Michael?
And then, so 46 School Street will be requesting a certificate of compliance soon. That'll be when Mary comes back. And then 268 North Street is on the market, and I received a call about someone who's interested in buying it and doing all sorts of alterations. And the whole property, like the edge of the house is the 100-foot wetland line. So that could be
What number is this?
268 North Street.
Two sixty-eight?
Oh, it's very north of town. It's like the last property before the next town.
Oh, yeah.
north of
I've had
90.
questions on that.
It's on the other side of the Mass Pike.
Mhm.
Okay, now we're.
And there's a wetland through the center of the property, so whoever does buy that, if they're looking to make any changes, we'll probably hear from them soon. And then,
Well, we will hear.
Do they know that they need to come
yeah,
to that property? Was that their question?
she was asking about like basically what she could do with it, and so I
You said
explained
nothing.
not much. Yeah. In other news, the Upton monthly newsletter has started and info is due by September 19th for the October one, so you can send that to me. If you have anything to send out there. 133 Warren LDP was sent out, approved by Marion, sent out. And then, so I got this recently. It's a easement for 99 Crockett. I actually don't know anything about this, so
I
I think
that we're still allow them to like install a probably like a sewer line or
Yeah.
across go across the road to the other road.
if something like that. Board of Selectmen signed it. So is there anything conservation needs to do here? Is it ready to send out? I'm not too sure, but just thinking what Mary would do here.
I guess you have a big pile. He's back.
Yeah, oh man, and then also we were sent just a notice of an application. This is for the Zero Grove Street Bridge. It's like a DPW project, I believe. So if there are any comments that anyone has,
Was it a MIPA comment or a MIPA comment?
I'm not too sure. Oh, it's DEP Waterways Regulation Program. If that makes sense, but yeah, it's a town of Upton DPW project. So if anyone has comments, they're asking for
We've
it.
already issued permits on that.
Mhm.
Did you hear anything about the car in Lake Crab Pond?
No,
Did you say a car in Rat Pond?
Like Hill
Whose car was that?
Go down the boat ramp or something.
Yeah. The story I heard, there's some imagery of a video. Is that there was an ICE apprehension was going on someplace nearby. And the person who owned the car got out to film the incident. And while she was filming, her car went into the pond.
Right.
So the Upton Fire Rescue came, the guys had their yellow suits on, and walked out there and poked the car, and got driven, so it killed the car.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And the cars.
There you go.
That's the story. The ice part,
Everyone's got a camera.
the ice part is what I heard. I don't know for sure if it's true.
You got a legend.
So when you get out of your car, you really should put it in the car.
Before you start filming something.
Probably a good idea.
It's terrible. Imagine how terrible that person is.
Wow. So, thank you for your report. And we have meeting minutes.
yes, we have August 27th meeting minutes. Discussed 49 Grove Street RDA, Lot B, Kiwanis Beach again. Just to jog your memory.
People want to make a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Let's go all in favor. Chris, I.
Tom, I.
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
Excellent, unanimous vote for the first one. So nice job. And do we have documents to sign?
Yes, there's one expense voucher. So these are for legal ads. We have 2 legal ads, but you can see on the invoice here, we owed, I believe 119 was due. We had 182 in unapplied payments, which left us with negative $36, which means we didn't owe any, we still have $36 of credit. And then for the legal ad that I just announced, which was for 139 Warren, I believe, that was going to cost us $50. And so I was talking with someone via email, and they said, if we just pay $17 in this invoice, for this invoice, it'll cover everything from the last month, including the one invoice that we'll have coming for $50. So basically, it's $17.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you have a motion to pay our bills?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Press aye.
All right.
Alan, aye.
Sandy, I.
Shannon, I. Marcella, I.
Aye.
You did.
Okay, this advance, unanimous vote of the commission. Okay, now, how about our financial
Alright, so. Here's the balance sheet. Most of the money for the general expenses has come out of just the general expense part. There's like 5 categories within that. So we're a little low on that money, which pays legal ads and stuff like that. And so I did reach out, I believe before the last meeting, about $5,000 that wasn't awarded into, I believe, our conservation fund account. Haven't heard back yet, so we'll see about that.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Okay, so our next thing is open space. Do I update there?
Is Bill on?
I don't think he.
No, he's not.
Okay, so no open space update. How about land stewardship?
Well, land stewardship, not too much has gone on this last month. The land stewardship committee has had a hard time meeting, and we haven't had a quorum for the last 2-3 months. We'll try to meet again, probably early October. Now, stewardship wise, we had the site visit for the contractors for the Robertson Trail Bridge on Tuesday. 4 contractors were at the site visit. I showed them the bridge site, tried to answer the questions, and I have a feeling that we're going to get at least one bid. I can't say for sure, but I do think I think there's a fair chance we're going to get a bid, and we'll know that by the end of September is when the bidding closes. Fingers crossed.
Any questions? No? Thank you. Okay, good job, Mike. And how about Beth Avon Forestry Survey?
Yeah, that's on my desk.
Okay. How about South Glen Boardwalk? Resurfacing project.
Hey, Lauren, could you the PowerPoint or the PDF that I sent earlier today?
Is it not?
It was in an email.
Yeah, is that, the horse people gonna try to give
We
a?
want to talk about that.
Okay.
I think it's, I don't know, but, so that's the quote, but I also sent a, just imagery and pictures on them.
I didn't see.
Oh, I see, free attachment sheet.
Yeah, it was attached.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Cool.
If I can pull it up.
So anyway, before, okay, so we do have a quote from Bob Hatch, and he's the same person who did those boardwalks at District 9.
Yeah.
For around $21,000. And that would involve putting the fiberglass reinforced panels on the existing decking and installing some guardrails. So this is just, if you could just, so back up, you might as well go through these quickly. I mean, the other way. Go to the first one. So, okay, so here's the bridge, crosses Warren Brook. It was built in 2010. The photo was from 2014. So you can just kind of look at what the bridge looks like. Next, here's another picture from 2014. It's got, well, go on. Okay, here's the current.
Sorry, it's a little slow.
Killing me.
Alright.
Okay, existing conditions, here's the boardwalk, it's about 95 foot long. Right now we have it posted so horses don't use it. There's a close-up of the decking, it's rotting, it's not in the best of shape, the decking is, well, 15 years old. Okay, and here's picture showing the stringers, and basically everything's in good shape except the decking. Footings are in good shape. You can see there's quite a drop right at the stream. It's probably a 5 to 6 foot drop, and there's no railings. We realized that was a problem, a long time ago, but we haven't done anything about it. Next. Okay, here just to show you, this is the Warren Brook boardwalk that was restored or remediated in January of this year. That was what it looked like before. So I'll show you this. So this is what that fiberglass reinforced panels look like. In here, there's a guardrail installed, but it's a low guardrail. And this was done by Bob Hatch, a bunch of volunteers. They put down a geotextile. Oops. They put down some geotextile down on top of the panels, and then next, you can see that, and they put gravel down on top of the textile, and that's the crew that did the work. That's it. So we got this proposal from Bob Hatch for around $20,000, which includes guardrails. I did write up a CPC draft article for $22,000. It was definitely identified as draft. I attached it to the email, and because the commission has to talk about. We need to talk about: do we want to do this? Do we want to pick some funding in to reduce the amount CPC would pay? Potentially, do we want to talk to Bistro, Bay State Trail Riders? They were part of the original bridge project. They was funded back in 2010. Another question I have is the guardrail. I didn't include the picture. I should have. I didn't in that PowerPoint or that PDF, but I do have a picture. You can pass it around. That's the phone around. That is another Bob Hatch project in Douglas, where he installed guardrails. It's a stream crossing.
Now, the guardrails for horses or people, Mark?
Well,
I guess.
some extent.
Well, there's definitely a difference, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, the horse, I mean, it's not gonna hold the horse, but they generally won't go through it if there's something bad.
Oh,
That's why I'm curious.
it's narrow for horses. Did any of
No,
these
it's fine
people
for-
comment on it?
No, it's all right for horses.
They think it's
Yeah, 5 feet is okay for.
probably did, oh, it's 5 feet.
Yeah, that's 5 foot
Small.
wide. Oh, yeah, it's 5 foot wide.
That's
I mean, you
pretty
couldn't
wide.
need to ride a horse across that, but horse people
Yeah,
apparently say they can even go to 4 feet.
what?
They can even go 4 feet wide, 4 foot wide.
Oh.
But in terms of the fall protection, you really should have. That's probably almost a 6 foot drop.
Well,
Broken.
a horse might spook a little bit.
Well, if
Jump off. Yeah.
yeah, but it's also for people.
Well, that's the point.
You just shouldn't have that. But the question I have about the guardrail is, if you looked at the picture, that looks to me kind of industrial. Yeah. This is a wooded section, maybe for the guardrail, we would wanna go, you know, a more rustic, like pressure treated wood type design. Rather than this. It might be a little cheaper too.
Well, I mean, so here's what I don't understand. If it's just for people walking, then it doesn't matter, but if you're actually thinking it's going to affect a horse leaning or something, then that's a whole different thing, right? I mean, I'm just kind of trying to
Yeah,
get
it's
an
not-
understanding.
I don't think, it's not, it's meant to guide a horse, not to like.
Okay, so you could just do it for
tame a
people.
horse, I mean.
Yeah, so you could just do it for people. It doesn't have to, we don't have to consider horses doing this.
Right, you'd have to consider a horse like leaning against it.
Well, that's what I was just asking.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
it'll guide the horse, but it won't.
Yeah. Alright.
But it's a question that we could ask, get a little bit more information, ask some horse people. But,
So you think that treated wood would be a little more
aesthetic.
aesthetic?
Yeah, I do, personally.
But if, as long as it's functional and it's, you know, gonna last enough time,
It
whichever is least expensive.
would probably be cheaper, I mean, it probably wouldn't last as long as this, but aesthetically, I think it would be better, but it's something, I don't know, anyone, Marcella, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm just concerned for the safety, and I really trust Bob's opinion about the safety of a project. He's a horse guy. This is what he's passionate about. As far as aesthetics go, you know, safety outweighs aesthetics for me.
So if we asked Bob what he thought about, you know, installing a wooden pressure treated guardrail rather than this, maybe we would do it ourselves and he wouldn't even be part of it. But we could ask him what he thinks about it. And and ask us for a cost without the guardrail maybe.
So is one guardrail the method of attaching and different than another? Cause I don't see like, are there
Yeah,
like slots on it to put a metal post in?
there would, yeah, I mean, there would be if it was,
I don't see anything on that. I don't see anything on the rails for, so I don't know.
yeah, if you look, this is one of, again, this is one of his, I'll send this picture around so you can blow it up and look at it.
So not the safety.
So it's bolted to the,
Ah,
it's bolted. But, if we wanted to go with pressure treated, we probably would just put some brackets along the side of the existing, stringers.
they're both fine with me. It doesn't.
I mean, the drawback with using anything wood, you know, in 10, 15 years, it's in a moist part of the wood, it's going to fail at some point. And, you know, at least we know something more industrial is going to be there for a good long time.
Yeah, yeah.
If Bay State is contributing to it and other things, and, you know, the cost isn't as big an issue to me as if we're going to pay for all that.
And I don't know, Bay State's gonna. know
Bay
what that-
State funded the bridge in the first place and they can't use it, so I feel a little, you know, awkward asking for more money from them when they funded this bridge to start with.
Well, why would they fund a bridge they can't use?
We didn't know that at the time, and it was a scout project. I think they probably were wanting to be supportive of the scouts. And you know, it turns out that it's not the most welcoming horse bridge. It's it's up to their standards as far as width goes, and it was fine when it was still a solid bridge and there was not the guardrails. We didn't even think about that until much later. The bridge had been long built, but we realized that there's, that height is an issue. They can say no.
Were they using that bridge at one time with the horses?
I don't know how much use it actually got.
I'm just trying to figure, so if they're not using it, then how are they using the property?
That I don't know.
Okay, because that's
I
my
haven't
thing.
seen much. I haven't seen horse poop and much on this section of the Warren Brook area. So I'm guessing that it isn't getting much use, but I don't know why.
Well, and that's kind of my question in a way. So I have no problem, doing things to get user groups to use the property. I have spent time out there. I don't think I've ever seen horse poop out there. So I'm just curious if we're making a horse bridge for an area that people aren't using for their horses.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. There's another issue with this property is that the trail that takes you further into the Warren Brook Conservation Area is pretty steep. We'd have to redo the trail in some places to make it more accessible for horses. So
They can go up a steep hill. I mean, I'm not sure which trail you're talking about, but
there's erosion issues when it's that steep. So if horses do churn up the soil, there's switchbacks. So I don't know how easily the horses can maneuver that. I know that as a rider who's experienced can handle quite a lot. So I'm not too worried about that. But if that's one of the things that's keeping horseback riders from using it, then that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, I'm all for getting people using the properties. I just want to make sure that people with horses would use it if we're going to be pumping in 20 grand. I mean,
right.
I just, it seems if horses aren't going to use it, to me, that's overkill.
Well, what did Mike just say about it?
It's nothing.
And the horse people? They haven't weighed in on it yet?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So we haven't heard from them yet.
No, but I'm just, in general, people haven't been used. In my experience, I haven't not seen any use of people using Warren Brook watershed with their horses at all. Not just here,
And
but
I
up at the top of the hill.
recall them saying something about why they haven't been using it, but I can't remember now what
I
the
don't
fix.
Well, actually,
that's
they
saying-
are.
Check.
I know that I've seen horses on the trail. Bay State Trail Riders uses it for their annual pumpkin ride. And the I know that I've talked to one of the people who does ride it, and she I think she likes it because it adds it's a long trail, and you can go up into Warren Brook. You can go as far as Grafton. You can get into the state forest. It's a really appealing place to take your horse if you want to go for a nice long meandering ride. That said, I don't know exactly how many people are using it. I do see horse poop up there. I do know that it is getting some use, but it could just be this one rider for all I know.
Yeah, the horse stuff that I've seen is on the other side of North Street. The where they have the greenhouses and stuff. That's where I've seen activity of horses.
Okay, I've seen it on both sides.
Okay, that's fine, I'm not a big fan of chucking money at something if it's not gonna be used.
Well, there's a couple questions. One is, if the bridge was improved, would
Would they
horses
use
use it? Would they use it?
Right,
Or maybe they, even if it was improved, it's just not that desirable a route.
Yeah,
Um,
accessing that bridge from North Street, you actually have to walk on this, you have to bring your horse onto the street to
Yeah.
get it down past
But-
the pump
Good
station,
call.
but the trailhead there.
you'd park at the pump station, right? And you could take the horses out of your trailer there.
I don't
Yeah.
know if those can fit in there.
That'd be tough.
I don't
It'd be
know,
hard.
Yeah,
I'm not a horse person.
It'd be hard
It's
to do.
probably just big enough for a horse trailer and nothing else. So that's a possibility. Again, we should talk to a horse person about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so the first thing is, what we just said, that, if it was improved, would they use it or not? Second thing is that, we still have this fall protection issue. I think we've got a 5-6 foot drop, we should have fixed a long time ago. Whether this is an option to do it. And then the other thing is that decking needs to be replaced anyway at some point. It's getting pretty rough shape, so. It might be worth installing this type of decking as a long-term solution rather than going in there and replacing it with treated wood.
I agree with you on that, replacing it and putting a railing. Whatever kind of railing makes sense to most people.
The railing that's there concerns me because, sorry about my picture, but this is what it's looking to me. And then sports in between. So, the other railings I've seen, there's sports in between.
I'm not as concerned about the railing, I guess, as more than I think most people can walk across the bridge.
Yeah, but if somebody fell, they could get hurt.
You never know, you got a big dog.
They fall right between the.
And my
Big
dog was
dog,
afraid to go,
Trip and
and
fall.
my dog was afraid to go across that bridge, and it went through the brook. Yeah, 110 pound Rottweiler was afraid to go over that bridge, and
Yeah.
went through the brook.
I think some of the horses go through the river.
Well, that was my point, right? If you go in there, they may be crossing someplace already.
Yeah.
Maybe that's acceptable as it is. That's my only concern. I understand the bridge needs to be fixed. I'm good with
Well,
that.
when I was riding, we never rode on that side, we rode over the state forest, we rode over to, the farm and then
Sure.
rode back that way. But because it was too rough on that side of the road. For hours.
Well, that's the thing. So if you talk to the horse people and if it's desirable,
So how much would the commission be willing to chip in anything here?
I'm certainly willing to chip into. I'm not opposed to
I
that
am,
at all.
yeah, like that's.
I'm not a big fan of putting in 20 grand.
Well, I mean, CPC, speaking for the CPC committee, likes when something's cost share.
Yeah, and I do too.
So, I just saying, and, what's if commission tonight votes to support this kind of in principle. CPC will hold a hearing in October on when I put this article on the warrant for the fall special town meeting.
Yeah, I agree with it in principle.
So if we can have a vote, green principle and willing to put in X dollars, that I would appreciate that.
Okay,
How about like 50% CPC, 25% Concom, 25% Bay State?
Or other. Other.
sounds reasonable.
I don't know if that's reasonable CPC or not.
Doesn't work.
Go ahead, Chris.
Just leave it general to be expense to be shared by 3 entities.
know, horse folks aren't the only user group here. Bicyclists do use this area and,
Mountain bikers do too. Do they have a group? I mean, is that something they could?
They definitely want the brook instead of.
Some of those folks in the picture, that helped with the Sport Car project were, mountain bikers. Several of those people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for getting people using the properties. I'm all for contributing.
Does the Beagle Hug use this at all?
So did we make a motion and did
We
we
haven't
second
done
it?
it.
Why don't we do that? Are you making a
I don't know
motion?
what. I still don't know. Like, what are we doing?
To
Just in
support, to
principle,
support in principle the.
finances to be discussed? I mean, is that? But Mike says CPC needs to know something, right?
don't we have to give a firm number to CPC?
I'm not sure you do, but you just, I think, well, let me try to make a motion. I always have trouble making motions off the top of my head. It's a lot.
It's good.
Moved that the Conservation Commission is in favor of the Howard Glen Trail Bridge remediation project, or restoration project, as proposed by Bob Hatch, with funding to be provided as furthermore, commission would fund 25% of the total cost. We would hope the CBC would fund at least 50% with it, with 25% hopefully being supplied by other trail users.
Or other formula.
Well, I'm good with that.
Second,
Okay, let's hear a voice vote. Chris, I.
Oh my.
Alan, I.
Sandy, I.
My God.
Shannon, I.
Marcella, I.
That's unanimous vote of the commission. Lauren, good luck reading that out.
It is on tape, so sorry.
Mike, what are those panels? How are they manufactured? So is that metal mesh there that the grid or is that?
It's fiberglass.
It's all fiberglass.
It's called fiberglass reinforced, and I'm not sure what it's reinforced with. It's a good question.
How thick are the panels? Like,
They're about an inch or so.
all solid or is it like a honeycomb?
Honeycomb,
Okay.
and they're really heavy.
And then you put the gravel on top.
What do you put
And you put that geotextile and then the gravel, yeah.
And with all of this, with that sign that says no horses, just rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll have to discuss some more of the railing issue. I can ask Bob Hatch about that.
Okay, what's next?
Do projects in the woods need to go to the standards that you would have at your home?
I've researched this a little bit. If this was a Forest Service project, US Forest Service, there'd be red,
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure it's 42 inches is the limit. If the potential drop is greater than that, their regs say all protection.
Probably have stricter regulations for forest projects because they're public as opposed to your home, which is private.
But you may be right, I don't know.
I'm just assuming, you can't have the public on something and.
I think you
I
can,
would build in your backyard.
people are smarter than you give them credit.
Oh,
The person I'm proud of.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Right, tell you about the tree.
Moment of silence
It's
for that. It's a super, by the way. Moment of silence.
Oh.
And I don't want to make light of this whole thing, but if you watch the video, it was really sad.
what are you talking
The
about?
windshield wipers.
Automatic wake up like this.
The woman's car?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see the
They're
video.
not for too long.
Okay, we already talked about Culver Street,
Oh, is that what we're gonna?
252 Slatterboro, Culver Street. we already talked about that one. Community garden, we already talked about that one. Anything else? Anything we missed, Lauren?
Don't think so.
Okay. Sandy, do a motion to adjourn.
Oh.
Second.
Mr. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.